Good evening and welcome to Collector Cars. I'm Lance, your host. They drove me a little bit wacky here last week. So if you notice, you'll see behind me, they've actually put a calendar up over my left shoulder so that I can kind of peek and see when I'm going over the schedule and the dates.
In case the dates are...
Yeah, just in case, you know. Tonight with me, Mr. Mark Petty.
Good evening.
Mr. Bill Mergens.
Good evening and welcome to Collector Cars.
Yeah. I notice you're in your cushy chair.
Yeah, oh, these are nice.
Yeah.
I think we should...
There are no ottomans coming for those. Okay, so, you know, you can put the order in all you want, but it's not getting processed for some reason. You know.
Wants a ride home. Do you think we can get the Ottomans?
I think so.
Yeah. But, you know, here's what happens. What we were doing last week with the schedule, and we got the one hanging here. Now they got it set to September. Here's what happens. I'm in my office. I'm doing schedules. I'm doing all kinds of stuff. Well, I've gone and done that month, and then the phone rings, and then all of a sudden, I'm still on September in the book, and I'm going, okay, now, third Saturday, okay, that's the... And I'm putting in the
You
wrong
forgot
dates.
to turn the page.
Right, because I'm going 3-4 months in advance sometimes. And I've caught myself doing it a couple of times. So, not to make excuses, but...
Yeah, we don't want to hear about that.
No.
Let's talk about some car
I'm
stuff
telling
or
you,
something.
I got a lot of stuff going. I signed up another new show. We're going to be doing a show for the veterans on November the 28th. It's a Sunday...
Look at the calendar.
Sunday, yeah. Sunday the 28th.
Right
It's
after
at
Thanksgiving.
Lakewood Ranch. The Sunday after Thanksgiving. Lakewood Ranch. Mott's, the Minnesota Operations Troop Support, is going to be involved with it. The VFW, Budweiser, Benji with Sun State International Trucks. They're all getting involved with it. It's going to be up at
Lakewood Ranch.
Lakewood Ranch.
That's a nice place.
Ed's Tavern. Ed's Tavern is actually sponsoring and hosting the show.
I was there today.
Were you? Oh, it's a great place,
Yeah.
and we had, you know, a fabulous crew out there for Superboat, and that was in the hot summer. So I'm thinking that this should be really neat. We're going to do everything we can to raise money for the troops and for the you know, the guys returning and all that. So we'll see what happens. One of the things that has happened quite frequently is I will have notes of bad news on my desk, and toward the end of the show, you guys have got me to the point I don't know who I am, let alone where I'm supposed to be or what I'm supposed to be
We do that pretty
announcing.
well, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do that well, very well.
Yeah.
We had two things. Last week, I had gotten a phone call that Don Otto, 66 Chevelle, he's got two of them, a red one and a blue one, had a massive heart attack. Now, I haven't heard anything since then, but I did get a funny email from him. So I guess his sense of humor is good, and he's on computer,
All right.
he's sending emails, so that's a good sign. They
Yeah.
said the first thing he said when he woke up was, "Somebody get me a chicken sandwich?" So that's another good sign.
Yeah.
The other thing is everybody knows Big Vinny. Big Vinny at the shows. He's just like a big old teddy bear. He's had a lot of problems with sickness and health problems. He called me today. His mom passed away.
Yeah.
She was elderly. She wasn't, you know, young, but she had a heart attack and she had a stroke and her kidney shut down. So it was her time.
Yeah.
So if you folks would please keep Don Otto's family and Don in your prayers, and Vinny and his family in your prayers. So anyway, lots of good stuff coming up. We got a big week. If you want to zoom in on this one over here, we've got the big trophy. Check this out, folks. I'm gonna move
Holy
it up so you can see it.
mackerel, look at this thing.
Look at
There, you got to
this.
get it down here. There you go.
How's that?
What a hunk of
can't-
hardware.
He can't even get it all in the camera shot at one time.
What a hunk of
now go
hardware.
up a little bit. There you go.
There, we can do it this
How's
way.
that, huh?
How's that?
Hey, we have to hold it up over here.
There.
It's so heavy.
I'm telling you. This is what I'm giving away as the specialty category trophies for Hooters in Bradenton.
Hooters.
The Thursday themes. Okay, the first night is Ford night, so I did the blue.
Nice.
Blue for the Ford.
And when
Okay.
is this show going to happen?
It is tomorrow night.
Tomorrow already?
Tomorrow night already. And we're going to be there from 5 till about 8:30. And we're going to have 4 of these. And we're still going to have our regular trophies. We're giving away a lot of stuff. This is not a cheap trophy.
No. No, that's a nice deal.
And that's something nice. The only thing I don't, the sticker tags that I've been using are going to look kind of small on here, so I'm going to get the person a bigger tag. It'll be a metal tag.
Yeah.
But there's going to be 4 best of show, 4 best Fords
Good.
Wow.
for the evening. So you got a shot at one of those. Isn't that cool stuff?
Clearly, I'm not going to win tomorrow.
Not driving a Camaro.
Not driving a Camaro.
Well,
Now, everything's welcome, man. You can bring the Camaro, and you can still win a regular trophy.
Yeah.
You know? You just
Okay.
have to grease the judges.
I'm the judge.
Oh, wow. See,
What are you talking
that's,
about?
well,
Half the
see,
time.
And he wonders why he's not
Yeah.
winning.
What? Yeah, I wonder
know.
why I don't get a trophy.
I know.
Jeez.
Oh, I tell you, but it was a lot of fun. I was working on these the other day and trying to make something nice, and I was going to put a cup on it and different things, and then I thought, nah, let's make that puppy a big 3.5, 4 footer.
Yeah.
This is an idea that Doug Fuller gave me. He said, why don't you do a show one day, instead of doing a whole bunch of little ones, do 4 or 5 big ones.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good theory, but a guy with a mediocre car that knows, he hasn't got $20,000, $30,000, $80,000 in his car is going to say to himself, gee, I don't stand much of a chance. So he feels a little bit defeated. So I said, I don't think that's really going to fly. But I took that, combined it with this idea, and said, hey, let's do the category night. And this is going to be Ford Motor Company night. It means you got a Mercury, you got
Lincoln.
Lincoln. That is all tied in with this.
Yeah.
Because there's no way I could do a Lincoln night. There aren't that many of them.
So the guy with the Corvair has got a good chance on Corvair night.
Yeah.
On Corvair night, yeah. See
and
that?
just like Ed Zukuski said, when it's Mercury Marauder night,
Yeah.
He's got it locked
he's
up.
got it locked up.
And it's going to be him and me sitting there.
Yeah.
I might as well mail it to him.
It's in the mail, Ed.
He had a very good point, and that's something that that's what I want to do, and that's how we're going to do it tomorrow night. I think it's
It ought
going
to
to be
be a
fun.
good deal.
I hope everybody
Got
comes
great
out.
weather coming too.
We got good weather
Yeah.
coming. It's going to be nice sunshine all the
Yeah.
way through the weekend now. The temperatures are coming down a little bit, 87, 88 midday, and the sun is going down a little bit sooner.
Mm-hmm.
So it's little by little getting nicer, nicer weather for the
Yep.
shows. So we'll go from there. I spoke to David Hackney. David?
Right.
And comes out to the shows. He hasn't been doing anything over the summer because of the heat, because of the rain. He travels from Cape Coral, all the way up to Venice, and then the show was rained out. Or, so he said it's just a little too much. He was going to be on the show tonight. I was going to have him talk about what he does and so forth, because it's a neat service.
Sure.
He doesn't pose the cars. He doesn't set the cars up. He just takes pictures of the show to say, hey, if you didn't get there, this is what you would have seen.
And the only problem with that, if he comes on the show, that means that we only got 2 chairs. It means that we
I
have
can
to
take
get,
a night off.
Okay, or me.
Yeah, 1 or 2.
Oh, what? Now I got to order a 3rd chair?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you need a third
With or
chair.
without ottoman?
With.
Oh, with.
Well, we can always put the 3rd guy on the stool.
Folks, I'm in serious trouble the day that you tune in and these 2 guys are in Lazy Boys.
Lazy.
With the feet
Ooh.
cranked up.
What color do we get?
And,
I don't
and they
know.
want the ones, with where you put your drinks in here and the little table arms and
All
That
right,
means
let's,
he's starting to
let's,
supply
with
food
the
now.
massager, with the built-in
Yeah,
massager and therapy chairs. Which is what I'm going to need after dealing with you 2.
Yep.
But David couldn't make it because he had company. He said, oh, man, you would have to ask me this week. And I said, I hear it all the time. A guy will come to the show and say, haven't seen me in a month. I said, oh, I had the whole family down, man. Couldn't get in any of my car shows.
you could tell them to bring the whole family, and they could be the studio audience.
There you go.
We've
They
had
could
that
be the
before.
studio audience.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sure. I love it when Bill Trier brings the kids, because the kids just they're in awe when they see the.
They think they're dealing with big stars.
They, yeah, they think
they'll
it's
learn.
big time. And when they see the engineering booth in there,
Yeah.
that's impressive.
It's neat. Yeah.
With the equipment and stuff. Anyway, we better get to the clip, or I'm going to be out of time on announcing the shows. We've got from Mr. David Hackney. There it is, Quaker Steak and Lube. Is that a nice little street rod?
Yeah.
Very, very sweet. Now the only
That's what is that one, Mark?
Blue.
Ah, okay, good.
Yeah. Only problem is I don't get information on these.
32.
But look at this. Very clean, nothing fancy, but very clean.
I like what they're doing with the gauges now. I mean, they're they're modern gauges. They're updated, but they have that nostalgia look, and it's good. 56 Chevy.
I thought that was Cahill for a minute.
No, it's not.
But it's not.
That's sharp.
It is.
Very clean.
Yeah.
We had a pretty big crowd. He took, my goodness,
Nomad.
I think almost 500 pictures. Look at this.
55 Nomad.
55 Nomad. Look at the wheels on it. Lots of chrome.
And
This thing
55
is
had a
gorgeous.
real large wheel well in the back. That was
Yeah.
how you could tell a 55. Oh, that is gorgeous.
Isn't that beautiful?
Nice color, too.
Oh, very sweet.
And Pontiac had one that was very close to that, didn't
Yep.
it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now, this
But you
is
never
why I
see
keep
those.
telling
Yeah.
people they got to get up there, man. There's
Yep.
all different cars.
There's a Ford. You got to come to the Ford show.
That's sharp.
Wait till you
Some
see the interior. I think this is the one. Look at this.
Wow.
Looks like
Very
hang on air.
nice.
Is that a hang on air?
Yeah.
Yeah. that's
Yeah, I
what it looks
believe
like.
it's an aftermarket here.
So he drives it. I mean,
Yep.
that's what makes it nice.
Impala.
No.
Now, what is this?
It's a Malibu.
Ooh.
Oh,
And I never can, I of all people, me a Chevy guy, 64 or 65. It's either 64
that's
or
an
65.
Impala. Look at it on the side.
It's not an Impala.
It's got the Impala insignia.
No, it's a
No.
Malibu.
You sure?
Yeah.
Yep. I'll bet you.
Hey.
Bet you a lazy boy.
I know. I know. Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
All right, let's make a deal. Door number 1, door number 2, or car number 3.
Lazy boy.
Carmen Gia.
Yeah.
This and this. What do you see? This is nice. Very
That is
unusual
nice.
stuff he's done with this.
Yeah.
Where do you see the roof rack he's done? But this was very, very sharp. Look at this.
Banjo wheel. Nice. Very nice.
And it's like it looks like leather. It almost had the
Suede?
feel. It's just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Now look at this.
Oh my goodness.
That's all got to be all custom.
Yeah, very cool. We've talked about this. Where do people come up with these ideas? I don't know.
Cuda.
There we go.
68, 67, 68.
Yeah.
Probably a 68
Yeah.
convertible. That adds some value.
Yeah. Yep. That's a sharp car. You don't see many of them.
No, you sure don't. Of course, Cudas are known more for that 70, 71 era, and
Yep.
you don't just see as many of the
And
earlier
it was
ones.
that deep, almost like candy.
Candy.
apple. Oh, you know who that is?
El Cromino.
Yeah, El Cromino.
Actually, I don't think that's the way he pronounces it, but it's close.
Well, you'll see.
Jay Bernard.
Yeah.
That has got an engine, folks, that you just cannot believe. You have to put your sunglasses on when he opens the hood.
It is amazing.
It's a lot of work keeping it up.
Yep. And he has had this in more publications than Ed Zukoski, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
He's
they
still
go
got the
nuts over
original
that.
type battery in it with the caps on it.
Everything is chromed under there. Everything. He has taken every piece off of that.
Z car, Z28.
Z28 looks like what?
That'd probably be a 79.
Yeah.
78, I'd say.
Could be 78. Of course, you had a couple years where they didn't make a Z28, and it came back.
Firebird.
Firebird. Convertible, 67.
Look at this.
That's nice.
That is very nice. I got to do some work on the Trans Am.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. I love the tack in the hood. I have always loved that. I thought that was a neat thing.
And that was primarily GTO. They really didn't put those on the many Firebirds. but
Yeah.
Mustang.
Well, do you think it was aftermarket?
I do,
It
yeah.
came that way?
Yeah.
I think that was aftermarket. Mustang
Nice,
convertible.
clean Mustang. Look at it.